want to start with your thoughts on the trade deadline, how it went.
Well, every year is a little bit different. I think obviously at this point in the season, as a team, you always want to be adding. So a little bit disappointed in the fact that, we weren't able to do that. We had to go the other way at the deadline, but I thought we did a good job. We got some players on their way, and, the great thing about, I think, what we did in the summer was not get locked in to long-term deals, allowing this team, a young team, to grow and breathe and expand, and when they do, you've got room to put them in the right positions. And you see Dylan Guenthers of the world and the Kessel Rings come up. It allows them to play, and we're not locked in, or we've not given their jobs away. So it was an important deadline for us in the sense that we were able to, kind of accomplish what we set out to do. And I think there was a transparency with the players that if it wasn't going our way into the playoffs, that we were going to move bodies.
So we've talked a lot about the picks you have in the next 3 years,
Yep.
But you added some even beyond that. Does that always have to be a focus now, building out even further and adding assets for those drafts?
Well, our intention is, to use them down the road when we become a better team than we are now. Hopefully at the deadline at some point in time to use those and go out there and add pieces. And so it's always nice to have, and you can never think far enough in the future for us, and it gives us power, and we've always tried to use our picks to buy players or to draft players. And if you look at all the teams that win Stanley Cups, they're normally their top guys are drafted, so we'll keep going at the draft.
Last one from me. What type of opportunity does this give some of the prospects as well? Now with some of those open roster spots and people sliding in, do you see an opportunity for some of your prospects too?
Oh, absolutely. There's always guys down in Tucson. They've had a great year down there. They've done an amazing job at developing our players down there, and also having success in a playoff team down there. So they're exciting, and we'd like to reward some of those guys during the course of our final remaining games to come up at some point in time and play some games.
Any names in mind?
I can't think of one.
What do you want to see from the existing team in the aftermath?
Yeah.
These are never easy moments, but what do you want to see from your team the rest of the season?
Well, the core's together. We never moved any of the core, and we've added the Jerseys in, and some other players now that have been here for a few years, and they've stayed together. So we're looking for the team to grow and even get better. We've added Dylan Guenther up from the minors. He's been here for a bit now, so he's starting to gel with Cooley, and Carcone's coming on, and we want our guys to grow through this process and keep taking that step. And I think sometimes we went through some tough times this year, and I know it left some scars, but I don't mind some of those scars, a reminder of how hard we have to work and paying a price to win. So I'd like to see our guys pay that price to walk on that the winning side, and let's see us move forward.
Bill, from last year to this year, I know it's been a tough stretch over the past few weeks. But
Yeah.
What sort of progression have you seen from this team, and how proud are you of this team?
Well, I see progression from everybody. Everybody's obviously taking a step. You see the Logan Coolies of the world and out there, and the guys didn't finish on the plays that he made, but he probably should have had 3 to 4 points last night, and that's a good sign for us when young prospects such as him are making elite plays in the National Hockey League, and we will find somebody to bury them, and I know our guys will step up, so eventually it will turn into success. And I think there's a lot of that on our team, and I think there's a lot more coming down in the pipeline with draft picks and prospects. It's an exciting time to be part of this franchise.
Bill, you mentioned with your transactions today, Dylan Guenther and Kessel Rings, they're eligible for the AHL playoffs.
Yeah.
How important is it for those players to experience playoffs so early in their career?
Well, we'll kind of deal with that down the road a little bit when we get going, but we wanted to build out some options for our players to go down in the American League and see that tough grind of the AHL playoffs, and so we have that option to give them that, and we'll see. We'll make decisions as we go along, but we wanted the options to have to see our players in playoffs, so we'll deal with that in a later time.